Now, 14 months ago, I purchased a variegated philodendron melanochysum, and unfortunately, over the course of those months, it reverted to fully green leaves. But luckily, I grew it up a moss pole. I bought this plant 3 months ago and it was shipped to me in this tiny little pot. I really want to grow these into a moss pole so that the plant can grow a larger root system. When it comes to variegated plants, variegation, there's different types of variegation, but the way that this kind of variegation works, it's pretty random. There's high chances of it reverting, let's put it that way. Where am I going with this? I want to grow this up a moss pole so that every single node has its own root system, so I can start chopping between the nodes and then have each node reshoot. Alrighty, and we're back. It's been exactly 2 months and my Melano has reached the top of its first little moss pole. 2 months later and the plant has already reached the top of the extension, which means it's time to extend it again. It has been 4 months since the last extension and the plant has pretty much reached the top of it. Welcome back! It's been 2 months and there's some good news and some bad news. The top shoot over here has actually grown really fast, but I think it's grown really fast because it's just all green. But in the last update I also chopped the bottom half and that's the good news. So shoot number 1 over here shows decent variegation, a little bit, huh? So now we can see this a bit closer. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So there's actually 11 plants. I counted 8 earlier. But yeah, I'm going for volume over here, so I know that it's gonna be a really tough road to actually get this plant to size up. I'm already having a really hard time sizing up the regular Melano. The added variegation holding it back is even more of a concern, or is even more of a challenge when it comes to sizing it up. And then getting both, getting it to size up and keeping the variegation, which is out of your control, that's going to be the hard part. I might be able to size it up, but I then might lose the variegation, which means I need to chop it back and then kind of start from scratch. So it could be very challenging. It could be impossible to ever get a mature specimen with decent variegation out of this, but the more cuttings I have, the higher my chances, right? If I'm just putting all of my luck into one plant, then chances are that one's gonna revert. If I have 11 of them, all 11 of them would have to revert for me to be left with no more variegation.